You're going to disconnect the register, the wires from the register, so it's ready for pickup and ready to pack. So the first thing you want to do is come over to the power supply and unplug the unit. There should be at least two plugs, one for the register and then one for the credit card terminal, which will have a power pack like this, similar to that on it. Okay? Then you're going to come around, and it's easier if you slide the register to the back of the counter, or so you can see the back of it, and you hit these two clips, and this panel will snap right off actually if you just hit down on it, and then that exposes where all the wires are going to go into the register. Now then you have to come around the front of the register, use your key, little black NCR key, flip up the monitor, and this is where all the wires are attached into the register. So you just remove that panel and then find a screwdriver, straight slotted screwdriver, small one, make it a little easier. There's a wire management cable thing so they don't come unplugged. You just twist this, it's a screw, and that'll open up. So the wires will come off. You can move the keyboard out of the way. Okay, and then some of these just unplug as the power cable unplugged. These are communications, which are normal. They get the little plastic clip on there. So you just unplug that. Same with this one here. This one is the clips on the top. And then this is the power supply for the credit card terminal. So you can unplug this. Okay. And then this one here is a little tricky because there's smaller screws in there. That's why it's easier if you have the screwdriver. To just a serial port connection, but it's kind of small. So if you take your screwdriver, because they're tight, they don't want them to come out. And of course, if I'm a blind man trying to get it in that little slot, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but again, that's why if you get best to get a small screwdriver like this, makes it a lot easier. Just twist that out, comes right off. Here's the monitor cable. Same thing, use the screwdriver a little easier because they're probably very tight. Just unscrew it a few times until it comes loose. Pull it straight out. Okay, then you got your USB for your keyboard and your scanner, and then you got one more this is your data connection, Cat 5, just a little clip on there too. So at this point you can just lift this right off and all the wires will be underneath it, and there you go. And really, once you do that, the wire to the cash drawer stays intact. The wire on the receipt printer, again, pulls right out here. This is just a straight pull-out connection here, and then you've got your serial port connection here, and just use your screwdriver and twist that off. All the wires will go in a separate box. Keep them all together. They have to go with the register. Just make sure you get that enough so it comes off. There you go. And there's your receipt printer. And then everything's disconnected. The pin pad also has a connection right there. So that comes off. There's usually only one of these in the store. Some of them have more than one. And then all the wires really are loose now, except for the one that goes into the cash drawer, and leave that one connected to it. Don't try and pull that off. And then you just have to pack the item. So that's it. First thing, be sure that you take off the power. Unplug it first. And if there's cable ties holding all the wires together, don't use a utility knife. Okay, I did that once and have several stitches in the top of my fingers. So get a small pair of wire cutters to cut wire ties, not the wires. But don't use a knife. And that's it. So it just takes a couple minutes to disconnect the wires, and then packing If they do send boxes, they're custom boxes. It's very simple. They'll send instructions on what goes in what box. That's how you do the register. Disconnect it. Thank you.